Today, I'm really excited to introduce you to Mayank Sharma. He is a health and wellness coach and has been part of the health and wellness industry since 2016. In 2021, after working in corporate gyms, he started MS Bodyworks so that he could contribute more directly to the health and wellness of the community. He specializes in overall body transformation at both beginner and intermediate levels. And today we're thrilled to welcome Mayank, who will be sharing from the ground up how to start your business from your home and make it your full-time income. Take it away, Mayank.
Hello, everyone. Name is Mayank, and as Margaret introduced me, I started MS Bodyworks about a year ago in August 2021, and it has been an amazing journey so far. Before I actually start, I want people to come on screen if they can, because these black tabs don't look good. They really look bad. They're like, in the middle, they really don't look good before I start talking. Okay, so number one thing from the ground up as the topic, it's basically starting business from scratch, having no clients, and basically, using all the simple tricks to get it going. Before we start a business, the first thing we need to literally drop and flush it down the toilet is the fear of rejection. Because when you become an entrepreneur, there's going to be a lot of rejection along the way. You cannot expect yes all the time, And the second thing is, you have to also drop the idea that I'm going to be embarrassed, or what if she says no? What if he says no? What if the client says this and that? So you need to drop all these things and just, talk to as many people as you can. Go to networking events and like online, offline, and even you can just try, going to an open house, like a real estate open house. You need to make sure that you're around people. If your customer is an individual, if your customer is a company, then it's a different story. Now, number one thing, you need to have a service or a product, and you need to be fully confident at what you offer. You need to know who you are, what you offer, and what you bring to the table. Because unless you're confident, you're going to come out a little bit shy, and that is not going to help you sell your service and your product. And the second thing is about payment. So when it comes to selling a service or a product, you need to make sure that the payments are recurring. It's not a one-time thing, because if it's a one-time thing, then it's not a business. You're basically selling something one time and then you don't get any money out. So you need to make sure from each customer, you can make recurring payments. You can collect payments on a monthly basis, on a bi-weekly basis, or anything like that. And then you need to know who your customer is. For example, for me, for Dylan, and for Corey Slaughter, our customer is like anybody who's not fit, anybody who wants to lose weight, anybody who wants to look good, anybody who wants to feel more confident about himself or herself. So that's our customer, intermediate levels and beginner levels. So you really need to have a clear picture of who you're selling to. If I was selling guns, my customers would be police, army, FBI. But I'm not selling guns. I'm selling a service. I'm selling personal training. So my customers are pretty much everywhere in every industry, like real estate, IT, or retail, right? So that you need to have clarity about your customer, the buyer, the payment system. You need to have an application and your product answer or your service, right? So number one is the number one point, just do something. This is my favorite because I have a story here. So when I started my business back in July 2021, I was in the same office and I Googled it. How do I get to people? Because my buyer is someone like an individual. How do I do that? And I'm like, should I go talk to people? Because I don't have like a team working for me to send me prospects, right? So I don't have anybody working for me. I'm a solopreneur. So I'm like, I'm Googling this and there's like a couple options, or you can go to like stores and introduce yourself and you can do this and that. But then I read about the Red Bull story, and I really want to share it for the new people here. So Red Bull, back in the day when they were not a big company, they were having a marketing meeting in London, and they wanted to advertise their product, and they had like about 20 people discussing about different ways and measures to make it happen. So then everybody was talking about, okay, let's do posters, let's do website, let's do this and that. And one guy in the whole team, he's like, let's just manufacture 10,000 Red Bull cans overnight and crush them and put them in the bins all around the city. And then they did that. And the next morning, the entire city, everybody's walking around, they're going to their jobs, schools, whatever. And then they see Red Bull cans all over. And we as humans, we have this habit of copying other. If I go to a park and if I look up in the sky, even though there's nothing there, if I do that for 15 minutes, I can make a bet that there's going to be 5 more people joining me looking up in the sky. What the hell is going on with this? Why is he looking up for 15 minutes and there's nothing up there? So they followed the principle of copying others, right? So that's what Red Bull did. And I'm like, what I'm going to do? I'm going to download an application, and I'm pretty much sure everybody knows about this. It's called Uber Eats. For 1 month, I'm going to use that application. And I printed about 500 business cards. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to download Uber Eats. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to get the name of the customer. I'm going to get the address. And I can either talk to him or I can leave my business card. So what I did, there's 2 kinds of deliveries. Either you talk to the person and you hand deliver him the package, or you leave something at the door, right at the doorstep. So for orders where they said, wait in the car, someone's coming, that was my chance to talk to them. I was wearing my t-shirt and I was driving a good car. So they're like, oh, what's going on, man? Like, why are you doing this? You seem like a pretty good guy. I'm like, I'm just like trying to put my name out there, talking to people and just letting them know that this is what I do and this is what I started. On the other hand, for people who say, drop the package at the door, I stapled my business card right with the package. And on the back of the card, I just wrote, if you need training, give me a phone call. So that's how I started, just taking the Red Bull idea and using an application that pays me when I'm working for them. So that's paid marketing, that's paid advertising. And then, I'm making money delivering the packages and also, spreading awareness about my business. So that's what I did. So you need to do something. You can't just sit in your office and what do I do? Should I hire a business strategist or should I just buy a course or something? You have to keep things really simple. If your buyer is an individual, a person, you need to be around them. How can I expect a client if there is nobody around me? I'm in my office alone. So I need to go somewhere. Either I need to do something and talk to people, or I need to do the Uber Eats thing, or I need to just go do networking. So that's number 1. You have to keep things really simple, right? You need to be able to talk to people, because if you cannot talk to people, then I would say drop the idea of, having your own business, because you won't make any money if you cannot strike a conversation with the strangers, because the reality is strangers have your money. The money that you want to make, strangers have it. This is my personal experience. All my clients are strangers, all of them. I don't know. I don't have any client who knew me before, who worked with me, so they're all strangers. And let's say, for example, you want to start a tattoo business. So first of all, you need to talk to at least 20 tattoo artists on how to actually play the game. You cannot just be in your office, I want to be a tattoo artist, I want to grow my tattoo business. You have to talk to them. You have to go to some networking events. You have to go to the festivals, because usually the people who like having tattoos on their body, they usually go to the festivals. You cannot go to a real estate event. You might find a client or two, but when you go to festivals and concerts and all that stuff, you will find hundreds and hundreds of people who will have multiple tattoos on their body. So you have to keep things simple. Number 2, taking the emotions out of the picture. And this is really, really important. You cannot be emotional and expect to scale your business. No businessman is ever emotional. You have to play the game. Jeff Bezos also hand-delivered 10,000 packages before becoming a big Amazon tycoon. He literally hand-delivered 10,000 packages. He did the work. Because when you're emotional, you're not offering your services, because if it's a no, then you're going to feel sad about it. But then that's how it is. It's a numbers game. You cannot expect a yes all the time. So you have to shoot your shot every time. Because if you feel fully confident in your abilities to offer help to people, you have to be able to talk to as many as you can. We live in the city of 1 million people. I need 100 clients. How hard is it to get 100 clients if I have 1 million people living in my city? All you need to do is to formulate a plan where you're talking to enough people, online, offline, in-person events, parties, everywhere. Networking is 24/7. I don't ever think that networking ever stops. It's 24/7. It's always happening. I got some of my clients from bars. I got some of my clients from real estate open houses. I'm not there to buy a house. I don't want to buy a house. I'm just there to meet people. I want to be around people because my business is all about helping people. I cannot stay home and think about, buying courses and getting my business going. So that's the second main point. You have to like just flush your emotions down the drain if you really want to make it happen. And the next thing is, when it comes to selling any product or any service, it's not the best product that sells. It's the best known product that sells. McDonald's sells the most shittiest burger on the planet. It's the worst burger to eat, but when you go to the drive-thru, you can go there at 2 a.m. in the morning, you will still see 20 cars parked. Starbucks, they don't sell the best coffee. I'm not saying they sell bad coffee, but they don't sell the best coffee. But they're still #1 coffee brand. McDonald's is #1 burger brand. Why? Because they are the best known companies. You cannot live in Canada and not expect to see a McDonald's or a Starbucks in your day-to-day life. They will be in your face every day, every hour, every minute. There's no such thing as a best book. It's a bestseller book. There's no such thing as best author. It's a best-selling author. So it's the person who sells the most. So the thing that you need to do is to get known. You have to get known. I'm not going to buy from you unless I know who you are. And I'm going to admit that this is the mistake that I made in my first year of business, because it's always a learning curve, that I used the organic way of growing my business. Now I am blessed with the quality to strike a conversation and hold it. That helped me to get revenue for my business, but this might not apply to everyone. So the biggest thing you should do is to attack social media every day. You need to have your pictures, your videos, your lifestyle out on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on YouTube and Instagram, whatever you want to use. So that's #1, because I didn't do it. I was able to scale my business to a good level just by the way of meeting people. But if you're a shy person, you don't like talking to people, or if you're an introvert, all you can do is you're in your house alone. Take a little video of what you want to talk about and just share it. It's the easiest way to go. If you feel that, you know what, I don't feel comfortable being around people, I'm a shy person, just use the Instagram. If you cannot record yourself on camera, then write something on LinkedIn and just post it, just like words. You don't even need to be on the camera, because some people have the camera anxiety. They're like, oh, you know what, it's not easy for me to record myself and post it. So then you can just write something down and just post it. You need to get known in the city. Like, we all go to Walmart. We all go to Costco. You can go to Costco on a Wednesday afternoon at 12 p.m. You won't be able to find a parking spot. But when it comes to businesses that are never doing good, they are the ones that they're not marketing. So marketing is such a huge thing when it comes to business. Like, people need to know what you do, and you need to be visible. If you go to a grocery store, if you enter the store, and let's say if they want to sell some Canadian tomatoes, right, or 100% Canadian tomatoes, if you go to Farm Boy, the minute you enter, you will have those tomatoes right in front of you, because it's the principle of visibility. If you're not visible, you won't buy it. If you go to the kids section and you want to buy some cereals, if you take a close look, the cartoon on the box of the cereal is literally going to look at you down at the kid. So if the kid is walking, and if the kid is looking at that little box, that cartoon, the way they design it, they draw it, the cartoon keeps looking at the kid. And that's why the kid starts crying, and he's gonna like do, oh, I need it. And that's how they sell it. It's basically these little principles. If you go to Costco, they basically give you a limited option. You go to Loblaws, you have 20 kinds of bread and jams available. You're like, what do I buy? You go to Costco, 2 types. You either buy this or you buy that, and you load up your cart and you give them $500 and you leave. So it's these little principles. So they're not emotional about it. You pay to enter Costco, then you pay to buy stuff, and then you leave. So emotions will never, ever help you becoming a business. I'm not saying that be a bad person and don't help people. I'm just saying that take the emotional component, out of the picture. Do not even when it comes to day-to-day life. I don't do stuff I want to do. I do it because I'm supposed to do it to achieve my success, to have a good body, to keep in shape. Sometimes I don't like to go to the gym, but I still go to the gym because I know this is what I need to do. If I'm always motivated by my feelings, then I would be only watching TV and binging on snacks all day long. I wouldn't be doing anything, because your brain is basically wired to tell you that, hey man, live a good life. It's easy. It's no problem. It's going to be all okay. But then you have to ditch those feelings and still do the work. Like even when it comes to networking events, I see a lot of people here. I want all of you to connect to each other. There's no point spending an hour here listening to me if you go back to your life and then you're not even making a single phone call. Like you should actually post your information, or like put your information in the chat box if you're really serious about your business, because I meet a lot of people who are so casual about it. They're literally just so casual. Oh, it's going to be okay. Maybe next month I'm going to like talk to 10 people. Maybe I'm going to start like tomorrow or something like that. No, I'm never casual about it, because that is why all my friends here, Rajat and Dylan, we are also connected on Instagram. I always talk about American mentality, and I'm going to explain it today what it actually is. It's about dominance. Like the biggest thing that they're good at is dominating. You cannot start another Apple. You cannot beat Apple as a phone company. You cannot beat YouTube as a video company. You cannot beat UPS as a courier company. So UPS, they all started small, but the main mentality is that I am going to be number one and there is no competition. It's about literally, eradicating competition out of the picture. This is what I do. Like in some point in the future, I want to be the only guy in the city of Ottawa or wherever I live who's the one who make things happen when it comes to training people. I don't want competition. Competition is for losers. Like there is no competition with Jay-Z. He's $1 billion singer. There's no competition with LeBron James. Do you think that a lot of people here don't even know the second fastest swimmer? I know the first. I know Michael Phelps is the first, the best guy. I don't know who the second person is. So that's the American mentality. That's what I talk about, because any company, anything that they do, it's really, they do it to win. And that's what we don't need to behave like, them and, in some areas of life, they do not know how to behave. But all I'm saying is you need to take that thing from their playbook and apply it to your Canadian business or your business and then just win. This is what I do every day. Like I never use social media for my marketing for 1 year, and I'm still living off my business every day. But now I am very much active on social media because I know I've hit the glass ceiling of actually doing the organic marketing and talking to people on a daily basis, because it is really exhausting. If I want to say something, I post it, 10,000 people will watch it, but I cannot naturally or like go to 10,000 people and talk to them. That's impossible. So social media is a big thing. Take the emotions out of the picture and go for it. Make the move. If you know that you're good at something, if you have someone in front of you, hey, ask them, hey man, I do this. This is what I'm good at. Do you want to give it a try? Because if you don't ask, the answer is no. This applies to personal life. This applies to professional life. The answer is always going to be no if you don't ask. So for me, my marketing strategy is very simple. If I meet people, my point is to get their contact information. That's it. You talk to them and you get to know each other and get their contact information. Contacts leads to contracts. Interactions leads to transactions. You can note it down. That's it. It's as simple as it is. Like scaling a business from $0 to $10,000 a month is very, very easy. You can do it by yourself. You don't need a team. But when you get to 5 figures a month, then you need to scale it. Then you need help. Then you need social media assistant. Then you need, your marketing team and stuff like that. But up until 10K, it is absolutely, absolutely easy. So you have to really keep things simple. Just keep it simple. Like talk to people. Go talk to, like on the weekend, if you have a 9-to-5 job, you want to start a business, take 3 months to learn a skill, and then monetize it. On the weekend, instead of fooling around here and there, you can just go talk to people. Google what's happening around Ottawa. Like it is as simple. What's happening around Ottawa? You click and then you will see like 20 events. Then you pick 5 or 6 of you like that you like to go, and then just go talk to people. Like come back with 10 contacts. Then call them the next morning or the next Monday or something like that. It's very easy. Like my goal is to at least strike 10 new conversations a day. It could be anywhere. It could be in the gym. It could be at an event, or it could be anywhere in my day-to-day life. That's how I do it. And social media, because like, here's the thing. If you're not getting any results, you will feel discouraged. It is very natural for human beings to give up if they're not getting any results, but you won't get any results unless you put in the work. So you need to talk to 100 people to get 10 contracts, but you need to talk to 100 people to get 10 contracts. Like, you need to practice how to pitch your business to people. But if you don't do it, in 10, 50, 60 days, you will have no clients, and then you will get doubts. Oh my God, is it really working? Should I go back to my job? Should I just, apply for the government position, or should I do this and that? But that doubt comes in when you just don't do the actual real grunt work. And that's what I do every day, because one thing that I know about myself is I cannot be an employee. I just cannot. Like, it's not in me to be an employee. So what's the other side of the wall? I have to do this work. I have to network. I have to talk to people. I know it's hard. I know it's draining. I know it's very cumbersome, but I still need to do it, because my other option is going to work for someone else, which is absolutely not going to happen. It is just impossible. I cannot have anyone telling me, this is your break time, you do this, you do that. No. I'm going to eat when I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat 70 times a day. You're no one to tell me when I'm going to eat. And the only way that happens is when I have a business. So you need to also, have like a little picture of what you want. And if you don't get it, what would be the ramifications of it? And if you know that, if I fail here, then I have to go back to work for someone else. And that's not going to work for me. That applies for me. And then comes the money part. We all know that if you really want to be in tier one, like the top tier population, the elite, you cannot have that with a job. It is set in stone. You cannot be an employee and expect to have that fancy life. If you want to have that fancy life, if you want to have some freedom, if you want to have the window, like, for example, for me, I'll be honest about it. I do not like doing non-entrepreneurial shitty tasks. Like, I have like snow shoveling, lawn, cleaning the dishes, this and that. I absolutely hate those tasks. The only way for me to make that happen is to get to $10,000, $15,000, $16,000 a month, spend $2,000, hire someone to do that stuff, and leverage the time that I save from those activities to make more money and to get more business. So that's just me personally. So you need to make sure, like, you need to really know who you are and what are you willing to sacrifice to get to that level of living. So that's number 2. And number 3 is take care of your health. What are you going to do with the money? What are you going to do with the money if you're not even in shape? What's going to happen? You're overweight. You have like multiple problems. You're going to the hospitals every day. How are you going to even enjoy that money? It's better to be healthy and have $10 in the pocket than be totally suffering from like multiple diseases and have $1 million check in the pocket. That's what I believe. You can still have $10 in the pocket and go have an ice cream with your girlfriend, but if you're healthy. But if you're not, even $1 million Bugatti or any car or anything is not going to give you any happiness. So, and even when you become an entrepreneur, it's not easy, because you have to do taxes, you have to network, you have to do the billings, you have to connect, you have to do consultations, you have to train people or whatever your business is. And then if you are handling so much stuff, and then comes the house stuff, the dirty work, the kitchen, the bedroom, the car, the servicing, and the general life. How can you expect to live a life like that when you're not healthy? It's impossible. You can't just expect that to happen. So you need to take care of your health. And this is so annoying that, like, when people come to me, or even I would like to ask Dylan too, when people come to us, they expect us to close the situation. I mean, you guys don't have mirrors in the house. Like, it's just like, you can tell you're unhealthy. You can tell you're overweight, because you can look at yourself when you're brushing your teeth in the morning. I do not know why health and wellness coaches are expected to sell the training services. And on the other hand, therapists and doctors and other people, like even physio, they're not selling anything. People go there, they discuss their situation, and they buy or whatever, they pay and they play. But health coaches, I really don't know why is this the case. They need to persuade the client or the prospect to start training, which is, according to me, it's stupid, because they should know like their situation and if they want to do good in life, because health is the nucleus of everything. Health is like, if you're not healthy, you can't do anything. No job is going to hire someone who doesn't look good. And I'm not talking about color here. If I am interviewing and somebody else is interviewing for the same position, and that person knows more than me, a bit more than me, and I look fully disciplined, like I look good, my shirt looks good, I've got good hygiene going on, I will be hired. He won't be hired, because company can teach you the real work, but they can't teach you how to live a healthy life. So that's number one. Number two, and this is for the young people between 25 and 45, like for the, whatever you call it, I don't know the categories here, millennials or whatever super names they give it to people between 25 and 45. We are heading towards a society where looking good is becoming a necessity. It's like you have to look good. When you go to these parties and stuff, I went to a pool party summertime with a friend who is overweight. The minute we were at the venue, he literally just backed out. He's like, I cannot go in there, because people there are like good looking and they're like dancing and they're confident, they're alpha. Well, then you have to work on yourself. You cannot just hide in your house all day. So there's also out of the box reasons to work out. You will get a better job if you work out. You will have a better relationship if you work out. You will have a beautiful life if you work out, because people who work out, they know that they look better than 75% of the people on the planet, and they live every day. They live every day like a ride. It's like, it's a game for them. They talk to as many people as they want to, because they know they're good at it. They get the best jobs. They make the money. They drive the cars. So there's a lot of out of the box reasons that people really don't care about working out. And when you turn 30, this is like the 30 is the worst and the best age of life. Like when the 21, 22, 29 is gone and you turn 30 and the candle says 3 and 0 and you're blowing it, that's when you really either feel good that you're good looking, you got a business, you make $20,000 a month, you have everything together, you have a good life, you structured it in a way that suits your preferences. Or on the other hand, okay, man, I literally screwed up the whole decade. You know, I literally just didn't eat the right food. I didn't work out. I don't have a job. I don't have a skill. And then you see these people working at Loblaws and Farm Boy pushing skids, and like, oh my God, when am I going to get a day off? My goal is my Monday to Sunday is the same. I don't care about Saturday. I don't care about Sunday. I don't care about Monday. They're all the same. There's no difference. I'm doing the exact thing on Sunday, having fun, going out, talking to people, and exact thing on Monday. I don't wait for Friday. I don't hate Monday. It's the same. I can call them day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. I don't even name them. I don't name my days, because people who name their days are the ones who are basically living a 9 to 5 mundane life. They are the ones. Friday, man, it's Wednesday, 2 more days. But people like me, Dylan, we don't give a damn about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's all the same. Let's go. You wake up. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's get our goals done. Let's talk to people. And that's my last thing. Take care of yourself. It's most important. And just like, you know, it's easy to win if you can do the simple stuff. I can give you my formula. I have every day, I make sure I run, I read, I record, I post, I train, I network, and that's it. 6 activities a day. I don't need to focus on the next day. No, wake up, read, run, post, network, market, and all my stuff. Go to bed, read, run, post again, and record. That's pretty much it.